bring in John Iselin. He's the Associate Director of Economic Analysis at the Budget Lab at Yale University. John, thank you so much for being with us. I think it's important for our audience to really understand what's happening here. I mean, obviously, as David and I were talking about, the pretext is this idea that these tariffs are meant to target countries that import goods that are used that use forced labor. However, it does coincide with the fact that the Supreme Court ruled against tariffs that were justified by the IEEPA rule. And so many people are saying this is Donald Trump's way to get around that. Give us your take on that.
Absolutely, and thank you so much for having me on. I think it's worth noting just how closely the newly announced tariffs today match up with the overall tariff rate that we saw literally 1 day ago under the Section 122 regimes. Right now, we're looking at statutory tariff rates of about 12%. That's within like a couple, like 0.01 percentage points of what we had before. It's actually 0.3 percentage points down from the Section 122 era. So the tariffs that were just announced today really closely replicate and aggregate the tariffs we saw in the last 150 days. All of that being said, the stated goal of these tariffs, which is exactly as you said, is to kind of like enforce these kind of forced labor rules. However, the data we're seeing shows that it's just replicating with a new set of authorities the tariffs we've been seeing for the last several months. It is worth noting, though, that as of right now, we aren't back up to the tariff rates we saw prior to the SCOTUS decision in February of this year. There are, however, other potential tariff authorities coming down the pipe. There are further investigations under Section 301. There are, as the previous speaker just said, other potential tariff authorities that could be used. And so we're all here waiting to see what might come next.
One thing I find really interesting is that despite these tariffs that this administration has been imposing, the trade deficit is actually widening. And there are many reasons for this, including strong domestic demand, especially for, AI-related technology, strong dollar, weaker yuan, that sort of thing. But it is interesting because ostensibly, some economists argue whether or not a trade deficit or a widening trade deficit really matters all that much. But regardless, the very sort of reason why this administration wanted to impose tariffs in the first place was to shrink the trade deficit between the United States and various other countries. So explain to us why it's having the opposite effect.
So I think there are a couple different moving pieces there. The first is that a lot, as you implied, a lot of other stuff is going on in the economy at exactly the same time. And this not just affects the trade deficit, but also consumer prices and everything else, that tariffs are not, the only thing that's active. It's hard to kind of weigh what is exactly being driven by the set of tariff policies versus AI booms versus other structural things that are impacting the US economy. I do want to say, though, that as we kind of reckon with all of that, one thing that the tariff regime is introducing into the economy and has been for the last year is an incredible amount of uncertainty. I'm an economist and it's my full-time job to try to track these proposals. And, just this week alone, there were 2 different changes that came down the pike that we had to try to understand. That's hard for an individual consumer to try to understand. It's also really hard for businesses to try to prepare for what might be coming and how to make large-scale business decisions. So one of the biggest things that's continuously being driven by this is uncertainty.
Okay, so just really quickly, where are we on, because obviously the Supreme Court struck down the IEEPA tariffs, where are we on the United States being forced to issue refunds to various importers on that? Have about 20 seconds.
No, absolutely. So yeah, the refunds are in the process of going out. And so if you look at the monthly Treasury data, we're partway through that process and it seems to be flowing out. One of the toughest things about that refund process, though, is that the folks that ended up probably paying the burden of tariffs, which fell on a large scale on consumers, might not be the same people that'll be getting the refund. And so how that gets worked out is going to be a big issue going forward.
And now these importers are having to face even more tariffs. So we'll see what happens. All right, John Iselin, live for us there. Thank you so much. All right, still to come here on One World, a public health milestone that nobody wanted to see while measles cases in the United States